Playing center field, number 6, Drew Poppy. Batting 9th. And playing right field, number 8, Cullen O'Rourke. And now, the starting lineup for your Cardinals. Leading off, the catcher, number 5, Jake Coon. Batting second, playing left field, number 2, Tyler Donnell. Batting third and pitching, number 10, Jared Fearing. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 14, Zach Novak. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 22, Tommy Dutton. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 17, Sammy Lee. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 30, Danny Scheller. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 4, Colin McCullough. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 18, Mark Mander. Due to the lack of a flag, the national anthem will be skipped tonight. Let's play baseball.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, Pirates. Let's go, boys. Get in the dugout.
Gonna try and score, and she is in safe right. Coming around and shot a goal! Big knock, deep, touchdown, Coon Rapids. Hello everyone and welcome to a cool and damp Wintercrest Field for CTN's live coverage of high school baseball, a Northwest Suburban Conference matchup as the Coon Rapids Cardinals host the Pirates from Park Center, Columbia Heights, and Maranatha. Joe Young and Bill Hupp behind home plate, and it looked like earlier this afternoon like we might not be able to get a game in, but the rain has stopped and we're playing baseball.
Yeah, it's cool, it's windy, it's a little bit damp, but Jared Fearing is on the bump for Coon Rapids today, and the Cardinals have to feel good about their chances with their best player on the mound.
Well, coming in, they've been up and down, a couple of losses followed by a couple of wins, and then a serious size setback on Tuesday when they lost 8-1 to Osseo. And speaking to Matt Mossy and Preston Gazzoni of the Cardinal coaching staff, before the contest, they said really it was two different teams. So they're hoping they can get back on track with a home game here against a PCM Pirates club that is 2-2 so far. So also feeling the struggles of an up and down start to the season, but it's been such a slow start with the late snow. This one lined into short center will fall well in front of McCullough. And Justin Walters leads off the first with a single for the Pirates.
Yeah, just a little duck snort right in front of McCullough there in center, and leadoff hitter doing what you want him to do, getting on board.
You don't have to be a power guy. If you can hit it over the infield and drop it well short, get yourself on base, that's why you lead off the team. Fastball misses low to Jose Garcia. Stopped up by Kopp.
Kopp's got a pretty strong arm there behind the dish, so we'll see if the running game is in effect early for the Pirates.
Fearing misses up high, and Garcia heading the count 2-0.
Yeah, you know, Joe, it was interesting because coming off that big 11-6 win over Centennial, obviously Coon Rapids hoping to continue that momentum, but you're right, up and down season so far for the Cardinals, and it was demonstrated by that 8-1 loss to Osseo.
Walters taking a little bluff step just about every pitch over there at first. So far, Garcia has not swung the bat. That one right at the knees. It's 2-1 as Fearing delivers again. And another called strike, this one on the outside edge. That'll even it up at 2-2.
Fearing not exactly going to the slide step, but so far the runner has not taken off.
A relatively conservative first lead, and a fastball blown past the swinging Garcia for out number 1.
Fearing throwing strikes early, not falling behind hitters, and it paid off right there.
That'll bring up the catcher, Augie Goethals. Sporting some pretty sweet lip sweater. This one popped up behind home plate. Cop might have a chance over near the Park Center dugout. And instead, it's Dutton catching it from first. Kind of out of our view, cut off by the dugout, but Dutton with a nice play near the bullpen fence.
It's a quick way for Jared Fearing to retire the next 2 hitters after surrendering that leadoff single, and the Cardinals defense responding. The nice play in foul territory.
And Goethel's done on 1 pitch. And now the first baseman, Otto Arlt, takes a pitch up high, 1-0.
Yeah, I feel like the mustache very in vogue right now. You're not seeing as many beards despite what you see in this broadcast booth, but you're seeing a lot of mustaches, not all of them good. Fearing was the hitting star in the win over Centennial with a double, single, 4 reaches, 3 runs scored. Hitting out of that 3rd hole.
Falls behind to Arlt, 2-0. This one, another high pitch, and this one lofted into left. Waiting on it is Donnell. And after a leadoff single, Fearing able to retire him in order. Cardinals' first chance at the plate when we return on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
All right, Howie, take a look. Our opponents are on this side, and the Cardinals are over here. Where's the line of scrimmage?
Right here.
Good. So obviously the Cards want to get the ball downfield anywhere over here, and the other guys are pushing back this way over here. So one strategy would take...
Hey, Joe!
What?
Tic-tac-toe, I win!
Back at Wintercrest Park, Coon Rapids hosting Park Center, Columbia Heights, Maranatha Christian Academy. Still wearing green, still calling themselves the Pirates. Updated the lid a little bit. First year of this amalgamation, if you will.
Yeah, it's not even a co-op because it's 3 schools, or maybe it's still considered a co-op, but you see PCM there on the hats, which is pretty unique, but we'll just call them
I like the
Pirates.
tricolor, too.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, pops against that blue.
You're looking at Adam Asen on the hill.
Cardinals got to
Hoping
get...
he can be as efficient as his counterpart, Jared Fearing, in the first.
Cardinals got to get the offense going. The offense has struggled in their losses this year. They've, scored, I think, shutout and then 1 run and 1 run, or maybe just 3 losses of 1 run in each of those 3 losses. But in their wins, they've broken out the bats, including that 11-run burst. That's why it was so interesting to see the 9-run outburst in the 4th inning against Centennial, because it just hasn't been typical this year for the Cardinal bats.
Well, Jaden Kopp hoping to get something started right away for the home squad. He digs in to face Asen. And a breaking pitch in the dirt. Easy take for Kopp. Yeah, I asked Coaches Mossy and Gazzoni about that before the game, and they both said kind of the same thing. We just having a tough time in the losses of just shaking off bad at bats and just not having the confidence, and it kind of goes throughout the lineup. And in the same, they feed off the energy when things have gone well in their couple of wins, because they have put up big numbers in those 2 wins.
Well,
Jaden Kopp ahead in the count 3-0.
Kopp really stirs the drink, and he's demonstrated a good eye at the plate. Just wants to get aboard here as the leadoff hitter.
And he'll do that on 4 pitches.
He reached 3 times. I hate to keep coming back to that big win on the road at Centennial, but it was the biggest of the season.
And you were there.
And I was there, coincidentally. And Kopp led off the game by reaching and reached 4 times in that game. So
Logan Ness will come in to be a courtesy runner for the catcher.
Logan Ness twirled a great game on the mound again in that win over Centennial, but that he really sets the tone.
Yeah, sample size for the season not very large with only 5 games, and you'd like to have a little bit warmer weather in late April, but here we are in sweatshirts with jackets at the ready. You see a lot of umbrellas in the audience as the sky continues to threaten and maybe spit a little bit here and there. But we've already lost so much time. If they can play, they're going to play. Tyler Donnell following off that offering from Asen. It evens the count 1-1.
Yeah, it seems like that, at least, not to go with recency bias, but the last couple years, at least that I can remember, April's almost been just a total write-off with wet weather.
Well, last year, actually, we had a really early spring. But outside of that, you are absolutely correct.
That's why you got to. May is just a game every other day, it feels like.
Yeah, and I know every high school and college team would like to avoid that if they could, but they also know the reality of playing baseball in Minnesota. That fastball just outside and a little bit high to even the count 2-2.
That's why, to me, it's so impressive that you have so much Division I talent in the state of Minnesota. I mean, Eastridge, to use an example, 4 future Division I starters in their rotation, because it is such an
pitch
indoor.
Gets Donnell swinging out front. Well, but to see pitching prospects is not, I think, is rare for Minnesota or as surprising, just because you can work on all of that inside.
True.
Fielding, totally different story. You just need to be on the field, and even a good indoor facility. Ooh, long lead for Ness. He had to scramble to get back, but slides in safely. Pitch was down and away to start Fearing out 1-0.
And Ness and Fearing were both football players, I believe.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. Pitch in there for a strike, evens it up 1-1.
You don't always see that.
Oh, it's 0-2.
The multi-sport athletes these days, but certainly Coon Rapids, you do.
That one's way up high. Another throw down. This one gets by Arlt at first, and Ness will hustle over to second base. It then got away from Helmers at second, but Ness will advance on the throwing error.
Ness a little bit shaken up down there at second base, as the first base coach is not sure if he just jammed up going in. A kind of awkward slide going back in, and you can sort of see him. So Mossy out to talk to him. But you notice on that replay, Joe, how he sort of just almost kind of hyperextended it going back into the bag. Now just trying to walk it off there at second base.
And he is going to come out of the game. Yeah, I see the knee kind of going the wrong way. Little tweak. So Mason Myrie will run in his stead.
You know, you got to be careful. You want to be aggressive throwing behind runners like that as a catcher, but you also got to be careful because it can lead to unforced errors like we just saw there.
And it gets the runner into scoring position with one out. A good hitter at the plate, but Jared Fearing behind in the count, 1-2. Adam Mason trying to leave that run stranded. Walked the leadoff man, Jaden Kopp, on 4 pitches. Sweeping, breaking ball, Fearing not biting. 2-2. As you saw, Goethals go way into the out and to his right. Field that. Fastball misses low, and the count is full. And another solid, dangerous hitter on deck in Zach Novak. Gets Fearing chasing the high heat. Back-to-back strikeouts.
It's so tempting, but you know he swung at ball 4 right there. Up at his letters or higher.
Or shoulders.
Yeah, or shoulders. You think you can catch up with it, and then before you know it, it's too late.
Novak looks at a thigh-high strike on the outside edge.
Now, it seems like the whole plate umpire's got a wide strike zone. He's calling it off the dish, maybe a ½ inch to an inch. So Cardinal hitters have to be mindful of that and be willing to swing.
Way up high. Easy take for Novak there. Makes it 1-1. And now missing low.
Each team getting the leadoff runner aboard in the first inning. Cardinals hoping to take advantage, unlike what the Pirates did.
And now a miss outside, and Novak should get something to hit here at 3-1. Or does Asen try and tempt him knowing he's got that base open? Way up high. Ball 4.
Hard to tell whether that was intentional, but Asen seems to like that high cheddar. Kopp was able to lay off it, and now Novak able to lay off it. Cardinals now with runners at first and second.
And the first baseman, Tommy Dutton, made a solid play fielding the pop-up in foul territory. Would love to come through with a clutch 2-out hit here. And another pitch just high. And the tough part for Asen on the start is he's missing high so much. It's not going to be easy for him to get the benefit of the doubt on close ones. Another one too tall for Dutton, a little flinch, but they look down and no swing. So it's 2-0.
There you go.
That one is in the zone, and Dutton couldn't catch up. 2-1.
Even that one, though, was on the higher side of the strike zone. So Dutton, or the starting pitcher anyway, not keeping the ball down. Maybe something to watch moving forward.
That one right down Broadway at the belt. 2-2.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that pitch. Just straight cheese right down the middle. Dutton's got to be up there looking to be aggressive.
Way up high, it goes all the way to the backstop and easily advancing are both runners, and now a full count to Dutton.
Well, in the cold, and it's been colder than this, but the cold and wind and sort of damp conditions, it's hard to get a feel for that breaking ball sometimes. And it seems like Asen has not gotten a feel for it the way he's missed with a couple.
Didn't miss with that one. Big swinging strike 3 for Tommy Dutton. 3 strikeouts in the inning, 2 left stranded. No score after 1. You're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Dog days of summer may seem far away on a cool, damp evening such as this in late April, but our four-legged friends have joined us here at the ballpark for some high school baseball. No score between Coon Rapids and Park Center, Champlain Park, Maranatha Christian Academy. I said Champlain Park. I meant Columbia Heights, Maranatha Christian Academy.
You're braver than me. I would just
the collaboration.
I would just go Park Center. But.
PCCH MCA. The Pirates will send Ty Lovchick, Adam Asen, and Austin Helmers to the dish this half inning, hoping they can put more guys at the plate, maybe bring someone around to touch it from third. Lovchick looks at a good fastball for a strike from Fearing, evens it up 1-1.
Fearing working with good pace early. It's interesting watching his windup, though. It seems like he sort of short arms it in there, but he's got some good pop on that fastball.
Cardinals side Zach Novak underneath it for out number 1.
A lot of foul ground here at Wintercrest Park, and
yes,
Novak
there is.
Drifted into the third base coach's box, camped under it, and made the play.
And now the pitcher, Adam Eason, looking to help his own cause. Fastball misses outside. And now down and in, 2-0. That one right down the middle.
And you wonder, Joe, if we're going to see more co-ops and collaborations like this moving forward, depending on numbers for certain schools.
Well, and especially when you look at a high school like Columbia Heights, they're the only high school in their district. And same could be said for Brooklyn Center. Maranatha, obviously a private school. Asen goes after a fastball, might have been down and in a little bit. We've got a full count. This one skied in front of the mound, Fearing underneath it. Has to adjust at the last second to make the catch.
with where the bat ended up, right at the front of the dirt in the batter's box. I was a little nervous if he'd had to take a couple more steps in, but he took charge and made the play.
Well, and as much as I love the tent we are under in case of inclement weather, if it does rain, we are protected. But as soon as that ball gets popped up, we kind of lose it. So it's a good thing they can track it out there.
That is true.
That's all that really matters.
Especially on an overcast day, and expect to see the lights here taking full effect pretty soon.
Austin Helmers grounds this one on the left side. Novak collects, throws over a little bit high, but Dutton able to jump up, grab it, and a 1-2-3 inning for Jared Fearing and the Cardinals. Bottom half of the second after this on CTN.
Howie, do you know why fish are so bad at volleyball? Because they're afraid of the net.
Why me?
Why couldn't the volleyball player cross the road? There were too many bumps. Why was Cinderella kicked off the team? Because she ran away from the ball.
I hate you.
There we are underneath our beautiful blue tent, and we should explain, Bill, I'm happy to have you here, but my normal cohort, Mr. Howie Shapiro, not able to be with us this afternoon, but we do want to wish him a very happy birthday. He's turning, I believe, 37.
Happy birthday, Howie.
For the more than first time. Mazel tov.
37 years young to the big guy.
So Coon Rapids able to get a couple on by walk in the first inning. But 3 strikeouts. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. That was the first inning for Adam Mason.
Well, and Fearing's now set down, 6 straight, I think? After giving up that leadoff single, so he's settled in nicely.
Sammy Lee trying to lay down a bunt.
You know,
bunt his way on base.
Looking at myself on screen, I'm like, why did I wear short sleeves today? That's a great question. Wondering that myself.
I was wondering if I wanted another layer before I came.
Well, what I need to get, and it's my fault, I need to get one of those fancy CTN branded jackets.
Curveball, and that got Sammy Lee out on his toes, able to foul it off out of play.
Great pitch.
Yeah, 3 strikeouts in that first inning, but a lot of pitches for Asen. This one drops below the zone, but he's got a few to work with.
I don't know this, but I'm going to guess Adam is not sure if it's Columbia Heights or Marantha that is the light blue, but based on his batting gloves, his glove on the field, and then his the tape on his bat, they were all light blue. So
yeah, very observant.
I'm guessing he's not a Park Center kid. I noticed
could also be
minutia.
it could also be for his summer traveling team.
True.
Mark Manders wears a blue glove.
Could just be his favorite color.
Could also be. Asen missing just high. A groan from the PCCH-MCA Pirate crowd.
Yeah, that was a little off, but that had been called a strike in the first inning, so I can understand why they wanted it.
Inside, ball 4, a leadoff walk, and an 8-pitch at bat.
That's a great at-bat by Lee to work a leadoff walk. Second straight inning that the Cardinals have had the lead runner aboard.
Now the right fielder, Danny Scheller. Freshman.
Freshman, wow.
Impressive young talent.
Yeah, he looks pretty put together and pretty composed for a freshman.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what I was told when I was there visiting with them for the preview. They talked about a freshman. I'm pretty sure he's the one they had talked about. As this throw behind Lee, not anywhere near in time. It's 2-0.
Do you know what I mean,
to
though?
Scheller.
He just does not have the presence of a freshman. He looks more comfortable and confident than your average freshman.
I understand the body language.
I didn't look comfortable and composed as a senior, let alone a freshman.
Well, he's cool as a cucumber up there with a 3-0 count.
Not giving
Mason in danger of putting the first 2 on. Taking all the way, and it was bell time, middle of the plate, 3-1.
Well, Asen has shown an ability to throw strikes when he needs to, but
that one way up high, ball 4.
I say that as he's walked, what, three batters now, I believe?
Of the first 8 he's faced.
Yet to surrender.
However, or first 7 he's faced, I apologize, because he has 4 walks and 3 strikeouts.
That'll bring a visit from the manager. And that's one thing you certainly notice from some of these games. Sometimes pitchers come in and just cannot find the strike zone.
Well, and certainly, especially at the youth and high school levels, some guys have the ability to recover from poor starts. Some just it doesn't. Once they've lost it, you're better off getting them off the hill. But apparently, coach has faith in Asen that he can recover. No damage done yet.
Perhaps he's his Asen in the hole. I'm just picking up for where Howie would have left off.
McCullough drops down a bunt. Both runners advance, and McCullough reaches as Asen slipped a bit as he went to field it.
Yeah, I mean, he got off the mound quickly, was able to scoop it up, but as you said, Joe, just could not regain his footing, and then there was no play, and he wisely ate it. And now the Cardinals with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Mark Manders at the plate. Shows bunt. Pops it down the line. It's caught. Everybody recovers back to their base.
Not what Manders would have wanted to do, and you're always dreading that as soon as you see it popped in the air. It's good reaction by the first baseman, and a big out recorded for PCCH MCA. I had to double check myself.
MCAA. Cobb skies this one back and out of play.
Although not bad to have 1 out and the top of the order with the bases loaded.
There you go, Adam. Keep after him.
Down and away, 1-1. Cobb walked on 4 pitches to lead off the first inning. Comes up here hacking away at the first thing he sees. That one just outside, 2-1.
This is what, Cobb's second or third year on varsity? He's been a useful contributor. He's a
that
big
one
player.
gets past Goethals. All runners will advance. Coon Rapids is on the board as Lee comes home to score.
That's the second time today that the ball has gotten to the backstop. So Coon Rapids taking advantage of some miscues behind the dish for Park Center.
But that one I would call a passed ball because Goethals did have get a glove on it. The first one I called a wild pitch. Either way, it results the same, and it takes the double play out of the equation. A full count now to Jaden Kopp with the called strike. This one hit well to right. Going back on it is O'Rourke. He's there to make the catch. Tagging and coming home is Scheller. Tagging and moving to third is McCullough. And it's a 2-0 Coon Rapids lead.
Fundamental baseball right there. Goes the other way with the pitch. Lofts it out to right. Plenty deep enough to drive Scheller in. And also good job at second, tagging and moving to third.
Tyler Donnell, first pitch, popped up short right field this time, and O'Rourke underneath it to make the catch. But 2 walks to start the inning. Both runners score. Coon Rapids on top 2-0 after 2 on CTN.
Did you know that a player will jump an average of 300 times per game of volleyball?
Wow. And I think jumping up to go to the fridge is hard.
The fastest volleyball serve was over 83 miles per hour.
Yikes. If that serve were coming at me, they could have the point. I like my hands. They're dainty.
Huh?
It was a bunt. Back at the ballpark, Coon Rapids playing some small ball to push a couple of walked runners across the plate. 2 runs on 1 hit in the inning. There was the error was in the first inning. The throwing error that allowed Ness to reach second. Drew Poppy a little late on the fastball from Fearing, 0-1. As you had mentioned, after a leadoff single, 6 straight retired by Jared Fearing, Poppy tried to lay down a really low bunt and fouled it off back to the Cardinal dugout.
That is as unorthodox a bunt as I've seen.
But typically, if it's at the ankles, you want to just go ahead and keep that bat on your shoulder. Not able to lay off the high heat either. Poppy gone on 3 pitches, second strikeout of the game for Fearing.
Didn't even require an appeal down to third, as he clearly could not hold up. So he'll swing at him. He'll bunt at him low. He'll swing at him high.
Well, I know some kids, having raised one myself, that once they turn into that bunting position, they're going to try and put the bat on the ball no matter where it is.
Yeah, they were in for a penny, in for a pound.
O'Rourke swinging hard at the heavy fastball from Fearing. It's 1-1. With 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning, Coon Rapids 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. Fastball called to strike, 1-2.
I really like the rhythm that Fearing is working with. He's working with pace, and he's looking to set down 8 straight.
Well, no need for a pitch clock on Fearing today. No. And I'm okay with that, especially in the cooler conditions. Keep it moving.
We're all okay with that. He wanted
pulled
it.
the string a bit. It looked pretty good. Didn't miss by much. And now a full count to Cullen O'Rourke with one away here in the third. Fastball, line to Manders. Just one half step to his right to make the play for out number 2.
Manders was almost perfectly positioned, as that was probably the best struck ball of the day, but right at the Cardinal shortstop. Now back to the top of the order, I believe.
Yep, and Justin Walters did hit his pretty well. Just a solid base knock to short center field. But since then, 8 straight retired by Fearing. He's looking to make it 9 in a row. Curveball in for a strike. That was a beauty.
Yeah, that absolutely buckled the knees of Walters.
Buckled my knees. I'm not even in the batter's box. Goes back to it and
could have been.
Little inside that time.
Walters sort of ducked out. You see he's got a big grin on his face because he knows he got away with one.
Fastball in on the hands on a couple of hops. Manders to Dutton. And another 1-2-3 inning for Jared Fearing and the Cardinals. They lead 2-0 midway through the third on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on. We're on big. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Those brave gentlemen over there wearing their baseball caps to a baseball game.
Who'd have thunk?
There's
What
someone on my level. Bring the blanket, bring the warm hat, parka.
If you're going to be outside, might as well be comfortable.
Ball hit well to center late. Going back on it was Poppy. It's over his head. Fearing. Rounding second, digging for third. The throw is going to be any near time. And a lead triple for Jared Fearing on the first pitch of the inning.
Well, Asen hangs a curveball and Fearing first pitch swinging, and Poppy got a bad break on it. He initially came in. By the time he realized it was over his head, it was too late, and Fearing busting it out of the box ends up at third with a stand-up triple.
Yeah, he's got plenty of speed. So once that got over his head, I mean, and Jared could see him as he rounded first and see where he was fielding the ball. He knew there was no way he was going to be denied a triple. Novak fires this one down the right field line and out of play.
So now a chance for the Cardinals to add a little insurance here in the bottom of the third. The right guy at the dish and the cleanup hitter, Zach Novak.
Novak with a walk his first time up, now with a runner at third, nobody out. Looks at a pitch outside, 2-1.
Credit to Fearing for going up in attack mode, not necessarily looking first pitch fastball, but taking what he's gotten and driving it.
Way up high, 3-1. And I know Zach saw at least one of those in his first at bat, up over the brim, easy take. Finds himself in the same position, up 3-1, but gets a good fastball. He's a little late on it, and it's a full count. Called third strike, and Novak heads back to the dugout trying to shake it off. Called strike on the outside edge, and that's a huge strikeout for Adam Asen.
Asen's gotten a couple of those calls today.
Tommy Dutton falls it back and out of play.
And if you're Novak, you probably wanted to swing if it was close and at least stay alive at in the at-bat, but sometimes those are the breaks.
Off speed pitch, and Dutton out in front of it, 0-2.
Asen starting to get a feel for that curveball. And
Well,
I thought he's done a nice job mixing pitches today.
Yeah, there's definitely some speed difference between his changeup and his fastball. He goes back to that fastball and again up high. He hasn't thrown a lot of low fastballs.
No, he has not been. I was just about to say, he's not been down in the zone all day. Including with some of his breaking pitches.
Well, that
right
was
there.
Clearly a curveball that did not curve. And
yes.
That was not at all the throw that he...
But if you're a Cardinals hitter, you can kind of eliminate from about the mid-thigh down because the ball's not going to be there.
As soon as you say that, a good fastball right at the knees.
Right at the knees.
Dutton
it's most likely
fouls it back 2-2. Yeah, in all sports, but maybe baseball more so than any others, you cannot speak in definites about anything. High fastball gets a swinging strike 3. Dutton rung up for the second time today, and again back-to-back strikeouts for Asen, trying to pitch his way out of the jam with the triple on the first pitch of the inning. Sammy Lee, first pitch back up the middle. Asen got a piece of it, scooped up by Helmers. The throw is in time to Arlt. And Fearing left stranded at third after a leadoff triple. It remains 2-0 Coon Rapids as we head to the fourth.
All right, Joe. In high school football, the snap ends when A, the ball is moved from its place on the ground, B, the ball leaves the snapper's hands, or C, the ball touches the ground or any other player. You don't have to raise your hand, Joe. Yes, Joe?
I love football.
Ah, yikes.
Did you know you can raise backyard chickens? But a permit is required, and there's a limit of 4 female chickens per property. No roosters or other fowl are allowed. And there are specific rules for the chicken coop and run. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
So Jared Fearing, a good start on the mound and gets a leadoff triple in the third. He's thinking definitely going to add to the lead here, and not so much, says Adam Asen. Gets a couple of strikeouts and then a weak ground ball in the infield. Get himself out of that jam, get his team back at the plate, looking to answer the Cardinals' 2 runs that they scored in the bottom of the second inning. Meat of their order due up here with hitters 2, 3, 4. Jose Garcia a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Trying to get something started. Again, Fearing has retired 9 straight since giving up the leadoff single to Justin Walters in the top of the first inning. Fastball up high. Strike zone a little lower for the first couple of guys in the PCM Pirates order. Fearing able to bring it down, get a strike. Curveball in the dirt. Garcia never tempted. 2-1.
Well, Fearing doesn't need to change a thing. He's given up soft contact for that first and only hit. And that's the lone base runner of the day. So he just needs to keep throwing strikes and attacking these Pirate hitters.
That pitch outside. So 3-1. th batter. It's only the 3rd time he's gone to a 3-ball strike, and that, or a 3-ball count, and that is the first walk of the afternoon for Justin Fearing, and the first runner allowed in 10 batters.
Yeah, well worked walk by Garcia. Nicely done leading off the inning, and now for the 2nd time today, he's got to deal with a leadoff runner on base.
Augie Goethals popped up the first pitch down the first baseline, and good play from Tommy Dutton to track it down near the, and they got him. Great pickoff move from Jared Fearing, and before throwing a pitch with the man on base, Garcia is eliminated.
Well, trouble off the bases just like that. Fearing, as we know, super athletic, and a great pickoff move to catch him leaning. And they absolutely got him.
Comes back and gets ahead in the count to Goethals, 0-1. Has not been able to get that. I think it's a straight curve, but it may be a slider he's trying to work on, but has not been able to locate that very well.
Yeah, I think he'd be okay with just sticking to fastball change and hitting his spots.
Well, doing great on pitches, 36 through the first 3 innings. Inside, he got a piece of the jersey on Goethals. He'll get the free base.
And now how big, Joe, does that pickoff of Garcia look? And he'll get taken down for a pinch runner.
Matt Rockwell will be the courtesy runner at first base for Goethals, the catcher. Otto Arlt fly out to left field back in the first inning, now with a runner at first, 1 away. His team trailing by a couple, top of the 4th inning.
Wind really
fastball just out the off the outside edge.
Wind really starting to gust here at Wintercrest Field.
This one fouled down the first base line. It's still a good 10 degrees warmer than it was last week when you did the game in Centennial, and the wind not even half of what that was. So.
Oh. Yeah, I made the mistake of not wearing gloves. I did wear a hat that day, but no gloves, and that was cold.
This one fouled to the backstop by Arlton. Fearing ahead in the count, 1-2. Yeah, I'd love to rush spring, summer, what have you, but
win this.
It's just not to be this year. eventually we will have consistently comfortable temperatures. This one back up the middle. Manders fields it behind the bag, tags for one, throws it over for a double play. The inning is over. Solid play from the Cardinal shortstop to get the double play, get his team back to the dish. Cardinals hit in the fourth after this.
Today we're on soccer, Joe. So my goal is to kick around some topics with you, but I don't want to foul things up by being too forward.
Please stop that.
So could you assist me?
Stop.
Maybe pass some ideas so we can tackle this together?
Howie?
Oh, boy. I'm just saying, this really isn't my field.
Unbelievable.
Did you know? City Code prohibits outdoor storage of things like building materials, auto parts, household items, scrap metal, garbage, and more. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Bottom of the fourth inning, the lower third of the order due up for the home team. They lead by a 2-0 score.
You know, Joe, we were talking before the break about, how they have to really cram these spring schedules in. How about Iowa, where they play the baseball schedule in the summer?
It's not a terrible idea. And it really all comes down to, I mean, everything goes kind of by the national calendar of Little League and the college, the NCAA. Unfortunately, I mean, I've always wondered since my son started playing at the age of 4 or 5, why in Minnesota is it so hard to find a league that goes into, at least September, if not October. Danny Scheller, a walk and a run scored in that first inning, or in his first at bat in the second inning.
The only state that I know of, anyway, that does play through the summer or play most of the season in the summer. And certainly guaranteed to have much better weather than this.
Yes, sir.
But I'll give the kids credit. They gut it out, and they get after it nonetheless.
This one skied to center field. Poppy drifting to his right. Able to squeeze it for out number 1.
Much better read on that one from Poppy, and Scheller gave it a ride, but not deep enough.
A lot of air under that one.
You know, when we talked about how good Fearing has pitched on the mound, but Arson's been really good as well. You know, just 2 hits, couple runs, one, and air didn't help his cause, and that obviously that slip, which they counted as a hit.
Correct.
When he
the bunt single for McCullough in the first inning.
And I get it.
The second inning
might have been a harsh error, but they counted it as a hit. But yeah, he's gotten big strikeouts when he's needed to.
That curveball tied McCullough in knots, way out in front of that thing.
Of course, McCullough with one of those hits.
He was trying to give himself up, but they put it up as a hit. Laid off of that curveball, and wisely as it ends up down and away.
Yeah, that was a sacrifice intended, but
2-1 fastball called to strike for Asen, and he evens the count. Fastball high, 3-2.
Courage of my convictions. I was just about to say, I bet he goes upstairs looking for that high chase, and he did, but McCullough laid off of it.
Well, it was chin high, so that one was right down the middle, a challenge pitch. McCullough gets a piece, stays alive. And that's maybe the biggest drawback of the outing so far for Asen is a lot of pitches. Up into the 70s here in the fourth inning, and misses the zone for ball 4.
Yeah, he has gone deep in counts, and he's obviously, I believe that's maybe his 4th walk issued of the day. 5th. So he has put runners aboard, but he's, to his credit, done a pretty nice job of pitching around trouble outside of those couple runs.
Manders shows bunt, takes a pitch up high for a ball.
Now, you were referencing Joe Manders' blue glove earlier. Is there a particular reason for that?
Because he plays for the Blizzard.
Okay.
Shows bunt, takes it back, gets a strike. Good throw down from Goethals, but McCullough just back in time.
Goethals, as we've seen, not afraid to throw behind runners, and he nearly caught McCullough leaning right there.
Pitch is high, 2-1. Drops down a pretty good bunt, scooped up, throw is high, and gets away from even the backup man, Jose Garcia. They're going to wave McCullough around. He's scoring all the way from first. Manders slides in safely at third. The ball gets away, and here comes Manders. He's coming home on a bunt, ladies and gentlemen. 2 runs on that bunt.
The old Little League home run right there, and you could tell as soon as Asen grabbed it, came off the mound and grabbed it, you could tell that it wasn't firmly in his hand. He kind of hesitated, and the hitch led to the overthrow, and the fact that it got away from even the backup, as you see him coming off, and you can see it, he kind of double clutches there to try to get a better grip.
Well, you see Garcia, I mean, if you're only 10 feet behind a guy who's twice your height, if it's over his head, it's going to be over yours. You have to back up further than that.
Yeah, so idea, but wrong execution.
It'll be a sacrifice bunt for Manders if they score it the way I would call it, a sacrifice bunt. He reaches on an error, and then they end up scoring on 2 errors on the play, because the error turned into a 2-base error for each batter, and then the throw over to the third getting away is the second error. So I believe, well, they only put 1 error on the board. But,
yeah, I'm with you. I think it was 2 errors or a multi-base error at least.
This one rolled to the right side. Garcia scoops, throws, and retires Jaden Kopp.
Well, and your point is so well taken, Joe, because Garcia is on the diminutive side, and look how big the first baseman is, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
So
Garcia is one of my favorite players on the field, for sure, because I can stand next to him and see him eye to eye. I look at Otto Arlt. We stand next to each other. He could use me as an armrest.
Yeah, he's at least 6'3", 6'4", and so if Garcia's not backing him way up, then that's going to go over both their heads, and that's exactly what happened. So
curveball called to strike on the inside edge. Tyler Donnell looking at a 1-1 pitch.
Sorry, Joe. The Asen, part of his issues today has been fielding his position.
This one popped up right side. Garcia back into the short outfield. Nearly got away from him, but able to reach out and make that grab. End the inning, but the Cardinals get 2. Both will be unearned on a squirrely play, a bunt that turned into a home run. It doubles the Cardinals' lead 4-0 after 4.
Did you know properties are required to have garbage and recycling service with a licensed hauler? On Collection Day, place your carts 2 feet behind the curb. Collection containers should not be placed in the street. And don't forget, containers are not allowed at the curb on non-collection days. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
So Howie, did you know the term soccer actually came from England?
But don't the English call soccer football, like pretty much everyone else?
Yeah, but only after we started saying soccer and the world was mocking us for it.
So you're saying the UK set us up?
Yep, sabotage.
Brits.
Back at the ballpark, the Cardinal fans singing some celebration songs as their team leads 4-0 on a wacky and wild couple of runs in that bottom half of the fourth inning.
Jared Fearing with a little bit more breathing room, and he can continue to work at a quick pace and throw strikes, trying to attack these Pirate hitters.
Yeah, you hate to give up 2 runs if you're the Pirates on no hits.
Yeah, the little
big curve. I was talking about it last inning. He hasn't really been able to spot that very well. That one was perfectly located. Lovechick takes it for a strike.
He had another one of those last inning as well, but yeah, the Little League bunt home run never feels good, especially when there's a runner on.
Goes back to it. Lovechick swings through out in front of it. That one maybe a little bit lower. A well-placed pitch again.
Fearing still with a pretty low pitch count, so if he does not have a blow-up inning, there's no reason he can't go the distance here this afternoon.
Oh, there it is. That's the jinx. Fastball gets Lovechick ducking 1-2.
You would think that he would stick with that breaking ball the way it's been handled by Lovechick so far. Lovechick
fastball misses high again, 2-2.
Not biting on that high cheddar. Fearing has put the leadoff runner aboard twice in this game, so he certainly wants to.
Well, he put 2 different guys on base last inning and still only faced 3 men.
It's been nothing if not efficient.
This one hit well to left, but on a line to Tyler Donnell. Slipped a little bit as he was coming in on it, but the ball hung up long enough for out number 1.
Well, I got to give credit to the Cardinals coaching staff. Their defenders have been positioned perfectly. Manders earlier on a line drive. Right there, Donnell in left field. They've been shading the Pirate hitters well.
Asen stands in and takes a strike, 0-1. Asen a pop-up fielded by Fearing coming off the mound.
Either a switch hitter or the rare right-handed thrower and lefty batter.
I don't know that it's that rare. Honestly, I throw right and hit left.
Well, rare for unathletic broadcasters like myself.
I think it, well, my son does too, and this one chopped to the right side, fielded on a couple of hops by Lee and over to Dutton, pretty easy out. But I think it has more to do with just which eye you see better with. And so picking up the ball. My son was a switch hitter when he was young. I guess technically so was I until I learned, oh, if I turn to the other side, I can actually see the ball.
That's really interesting. I've never.
Well, and I play
thought
hockey.
about that.
I play hockey left-handed. It's just I don't know. I feel better from that side. Play golf left-handed.
Interesting.
Everything seems better from the right side.
Interesting. I shoot baskets left-handed.
I probably could, but to say I could shoot baskets at all would be somewhat of a stretch of the truth.
Yeah, people have asked me about it. I don't know why. I just started doing it one day. Oh, that was close.
I didn't think that pitch had that much break on it, but it had enough to make Helmers jump a little bit.
It had enough to plate, too.
This one rolled to the left side. Novak fields, throws, and another 1-2-3 inning. We are through 4.5. Coon Rapids has 4. Park Center, Columbia Heights, Maranatha, 0.
Did you know Coon Rapids has a city code regulating the height of your grass? Grass and weeds must be kept under 8 inches high. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Coon Rapids had 3 strikeouts in the first inning. Solid defense, a double play in the field. They push a couple of runs across in the second, and then the bunt that turned into a Little League home run for Mark Manders drove in another run as well, doubled their lead. And Jared Fearing, through 5 innings, just 1 over the minimum. We have a new pitcher taking the mound for the Pirates. This is Grayson Rennie.
So Rennie fills in for Asen, whose day is done after 4 innings of work. 4 innings, 4 runs, probably only 1 of them allowed.
No, 2 earned.
Two earned? Okay,
Yep,
3
the 2
hits.
in the second were earned.
But not helped by his defense. And when I say his, I mean exactly his. He's committed a couple of those miscues, but Rennie now on in relief.
And he'll face the 3-4-5 hitters. Jared Fearing pounded a curveball to deep center field on the first pitch of the 3rd inning. A stand-up triple, but that is where he was left stranded. A great recovery by Asen to leave him aboard. And maybe it's just the even-numbered innings that the Pirates surrender runs and struggle in the field.
Stands to reason.
Fastball in for a strike on the outside edge to Jared Fearing. Fearing a strikeout in the first. As I mentioned, a triple in the 3rd.
Rennie's got some life on that fastball as he quickly gets ahead in the count, 0-2.
Goes with an off-speed pitch, popped up to short. Underneath it is Helmers for out number 1.
Helmers taking the eye black to the extreme.
John Randall style.
Yeah.
Of course, I say that, and he hears it, he goes, who?
Google him, kids.
Yeah.
Boy, he was ferocious back in the day.
Zach Novak, a walk and a strikeout in his 2 appearances.
I still think it's strange to see a single-digit pitcher.
Reaches out and pokes this foul.
Feels
Well,
like
high school,
high school it's more normal, but
Right.
yeah, now you'll see it in the big leagues, and it's an adjustment. The wind just getting gustier and gustier as the game goes on.
Curveball misses outside, 2-1 to Novak. Boy, he likes that curveball after a heavy dose of fastballs to Fearing. It's almost all been benders for Zach Novak. 2-2 with one away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one misses low and the count is full.
Well, unlike Asen, he's pitching down in the zone. So that's going to be something for Coon Rapids hitters to adjust to.
And missing low of the zone. And a 1-out walk for Novak, his second base on balls.
Matt Mossy has to be pretty pleased with how things are going, particularly how his defense and pitching has done this afternoon.
So far, so good on that end. Tommy Dutton, couple of strikeouts. Goethals looks down to third. Novak dives back, but no throw. Swings over the top of a breaking ball, 1-1. Runner is going, swung on and missed. Fastball might have been down and away, but no throw as Novak gets a steal.
So now he's in scoring position with still only 1 out in the inning. Opportunity here for Dutton.
Dutton really wanted that swing back as it was down and away out of the zone. Much like that one, but he, at the same time, he's protecting his runner as well.
You could see the catcher, Goethals, was setting up high, but the pitch missed low.
2-2, fastball swung on and missed, and Dutton down on strikes for the 3rd time this afternoon.
Nice job coming inside with that pitch. It had Dutton all kinds of tied up.
Second baseman Sammy Lee, a walk and a ground out. He did score a run back in that 2nd inning.
Rennie doing exactly what you want from your bullpen, coming in and throwing strikes.
This one knocked down. The throw is high, and Novak slides underneath it. The PCM Pirates fans thought that was there. It was a nice job by Goethals to knock it down and get it over to Lovechik quickly. But Lovechik has to go up in the air to get the... Oh, he's out.
He is out.
He's absolutely out.
And the umpire not in a great position to see it behind the play, but yeah, he was. There's a reason.
That was a heck of a play by Ty Lovechik to jump up and get that and come back and make that tag in front of the base.
Yeah, good throw. He would have been out by a couple feet.
As it was, he was out by a couple of inches, but safe. Definitely a bang-bang play, but great work from our camera crew.
Made Lovechik
shows that he absolutely got
athletic.
that tag on him.
As Lee draws another walk, but yeah, Lovechik with a really athletic play just to even get that tag applied. But now the Cardinals with runners at the corners and a couple out, and another chance to add to their lead.
Danny Scheller looks at a pitch off the plate outside, 1-0. And a little early on that one, 1-1. Throw down to first, but Lee back in plenty of time, and Scheller behind in the count now 1-2. That's a couple that he's swung at that just out in front of it. Little here. Runner goes. This one grounded left side, scooped up by Lovechick. The throw is in plenty of time to. And Coon Rapids leaves a couple of boards. Still, they lead 4-0 as we head to the 6th inning on CTN.
Okay, I have a couple good ones for you, Joe. How do football players stay cool? By standing next to the fans. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Why can't you play football with pigs? Because they hog the ball.
There you see it. Winter jackets at a spring sport. That is the nature of Minnesota, however. Temperatures falling back out of the 50s here as we get a little later in the evening. And
at least the rain is held off.
yes,
It was for
now.
Well,
it's still in the 50s. We're holding at 54. It feels like 51.
I don't know. Does it really though?
That's what the weather app says.
With the wind and everything. Tell that to those people in the winter jackets.
And blankets.
Usually domain of hockey rinks around here.
Well, hockey rinks are warmer.
The blankets around the legs.
Matt Rockwell will come to the plate for the first time. Saw him come in as a runner earlier. Fearing fires a fastball past the swinging Rockwell to even the count at 1-1.
Fearing with every reason to work quickly too, especially with the wind and the temperatures being what they are. You want to stay warm and keep in rhythm.
This one fouled back, out of play. Nearly catches some of our spectators not paying attention. It's dangerous to be on your phone sometimes.
Really,
the ballpark.
It really can be.
2-2 pitch called strike at the knees.
That's tough. Not much Rockwell could do with that pitch. It's at the knees on the outside corner, or maybe a little bit off.
Well, just the third strikeout of the evening for Jared Fearing, but still here we are in the 6th inning. He's just one above the minimum.
Yeah, he
has pitched a beauty, and that was a great breaking pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
It's nothing better than a curveball that just gracefully bends over for a called strike.
This is Jaden Grove, his first time at the plate.
And we've seen it this afternoon. Fearing has really snapped off some nifty curveballs that have found the strike zone, really buckled the Pirates hitters.
Goes back to it. Grove able to hold off on his swing as that one dived down and away. 2-1. Fastball in for a strike. But it helps when you can throw a beauty like that. That was just filthy right there and almost unfair as Grove takes the long walk back to the dugout. Back-to-back strikeouts, both on called third strikes to start this 6th inning.
That was literally a buckler, as you could see him like bend the knees and be like, woof.
That was pretty nasty.
And he knew it as he jogs back to the dugout. Not much you can do when Fearing's throwing the breaking ball for strikes like that.
Again, like earlier, I said he was having trouble with, locating it. You can see he had the break, but he just wasn't able to locate. Well, he's found the zone. And this one fouled weakly down the first base line.
And when you can play off the fastball with the curve like that, it makes it very tough on hitters.
Yeah, Justin Walters singled to start the ball game back in the first. It's the only hit allowed by Jared Fearing. He has allowed 2 base runners since that time. Those were back-to-back hitters starting the 4th inning, but both were erased. So the run that was Justin Walters on base to end the 1st inning is the only base runner that above the minimum.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
He's been really good all evening.
Walters calling timeout. 2-2 with 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Jared Fearing goes back to that breaking pitch, doesn't get it to fall quite enough, stays high for ball 3. It's 3-2.
I think the fact that Walters is a smaller hitter, otherwise that would have been a strike.
Fastball hit to right, running back and over the head of Scheller out in right field, and going for 3 is Walters. He slides in safely. He's got both Pirates hits this evening, a single and now a triple, and he's a little shaken up on the base. I don't know if he jammed a finger as he slid in.
Yeah, he was hustling right out of the box. Scheller just tracks it all the way to the wall, and kind of an awkward slide. He may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him as you sort of just belly flopped into third base.
Yeah, it looks like maybe that is. Yeah, he's going to be okay. Shaking it off, rubbing some dirt on it. And now Jose Garcia. He had a walk back in the 4th inning. This one lined over the head of Sammy Lee, and the Pirates are on the board. An RBI single for Jose Garcia.
Well, I was going to say that really the only, it's really the top part of the order that Fearing has struggled with today, if he struggled with anything. And sure enough, the 2 guys that have come through in this inning are indeed Walters and Garcia, just over a leaping lead.
Well, and I was just going to say Garcia had walked his last appearance and then got picked off at first before another pitch was thrown. So a 2-out triple followed by a single to bring the run across.
But there have been 5 reaches today, and the top 2 guys have had 4 of them.
Correct. This one hit well to right center, but there and underneath it for out number 3 is Colin McCullough. Pirates get a couple of 2-out hits. They get on the board. Cardinals up 4-1 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Any vehicles left outside on your property must be in operable condition and parked on an improved surface with current registration displayed. And repairing or dismantling vehicles outside is a violation of city code. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back here, Wintercrest. Coon Rapids a 4-1 lead. Park Center finally getting on the board against Fearing in the top half of this inning. But Fearing has been very strong. Grayson Rennie on for his second inning in relief. Gave up a couple of walks, but no damage done in the 5th. He'll face 8, 9, and then back to the top of the order. Colin McCullough leading off. He's reached base both times. Had the bunt single in the 2nd inning, and then walked and scored in the 4th. Ahead of the sacrifice bunt that became an in-the-park home run for Mark Manders. Big, slow curveball, but it falls at the right spot, and McCullough behind in the count 0-1. Fastball didn't miss by much, 1-1. In the dirt, 2-1. I want to thank Bill Hupp, who was able to join us for the first 5.5 innings, but had some prior obligations that he had to fulfill, so ran off to fill one of his many other duties, but it was a joy to have him here watching this game with us, and a good game it's been here, moving along pretty well under the lights at Wintercrest. A 3-1 count for Denny, swung on and missed by McCullough, and the count goes full. Fastball misses down and away, ball 4. The Cardinals' patient hitters have been very patient.
Now batting for the Cardinals with shortstop number 18, Mark Manders.
7 walks in the game for Cardinal hitters. Manders drops down a bunt, but it rolls foul. Two-run home run is last time he dropped down a bunt. And in a bunting situation here, trying to move the runner and get that one back. That one in the dirt and bobbled a bit by Goethals, but he's able to keep McCullough from advancing. There's a good bunt. This one's scooped up by Lovechick. The throw is off the mark, but backed up well This time from right field as O'Rourke came all the way in to get it, but another sacrifice, another error, and that allows McCullough to go all the way to third. Runners at the corners. Manders is going. Gothel's throw goes through, but not in time. A stolen base. Gets two in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. And Jaden Kopp with a 1-0 count. Had a sacrifice fly back in the second inning that brought home the first run. This one back through the middle and into the outfield. That will score. Both runners, long throw, not going to be anywhere near in time. And that allows Kopp to go to second, and now on the overthrow to the backstop, he'll hustle over to third. It will be a two-run single for Jaden Kopp. He moves to second on the throw, and that should be error number 5 of the game, number 2 of the inning for the Pirates. But a two-run single, 3 RBI in the game for Jaden Kopp. Saw the diving effort by Helmers, and there's the throw coming home off the tip of the glove of Goethals. And now 5 errors on the board. And that's just, I know if you're in the outfield, and I don't think it's Poppy out there. I'm not sure if it's Rockwell that took his spot. I can't see, but that's a throw you can't make that throw. You got to worry about the base runner not getting any additional bases. It was a generous call on the strike. 1-2. This is Matthew Stahlberger in his first at-bat. Swung on and missed. And that's a big first out for Denny and the Pirates. Or Rennie and the Pirates. Jared Fearing, 1 for 3 with a triple. Now with a runner at third, 1 away. First pitch hit well to left. Walters underneath it for the out. Tagging and coming home is Kopp, an RBI on the sac fly for Jared Fearing. And the Cardinals add a 3 spot here so far in the 6th, now with 2 away. Zach Novak with 2 away and the base is clear. Fouls it back to the backstop, 0-1. 2 walks and a strikeout. Great looking curveball there from Rennie, and he gets ahead in the count, 0-2. Outside. So the Pirates finally got on the board in the top half of the inning, cut the lead to 3, but Coon Rapids able to double it here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. This one hit on the left side, scooped up by Lovchick. Throws on the run, good scoop by Arlt for out number 3, but Coon Rapids gets 3 more. They lead 7-1 as we head to the 7th on CTN. Jared Fearing back on the pitcher's mound, trying to finish off the complete game. He's been very solid. And just 82 pitches as he's ready to start the 7th inning. His team getting him some run support. We talked about it early in the ball game, you know, when the Cardinals are hitting the ball and getting around the bases and putting up runs, they tend to put up a whole bunch. That's the way it's worked in their 2 wins, and in those 3 losses coming in before tonight, just 1 run in those games. So looking to even their record here. Good breaking pitch from Fearing, evens the count 1-1. High fastball, and Arlt couldn't lay off. Chin music. It was chin high, but went after it. Hit into a double play last time up. Looks at a curveball for strike 3. Fifth strikeout of the ball game for Jared Fearing. Ty Lovchik popped up in foul territory in the 2nd inning, a fly ball to left in the 5th. Trying to get his team some base runners. They need 6 to tie, 7 to take a lead. Ducks away from a pitch coming in his head. It's 2-0. This one popped up in foul territory. Fearing over, Novak in. He makes the catch for out number 2. Pirates down to their last out. Second time that Novak has fielded a pop-up off the bat of Ty Lovchik tonight.
Now batting for the Pirates, number 5, Grayson Rainey.
And our Grayson Rennie his first at bat, and the last hope for the Pirates. 2-0. Fearing throws the fastball by him. Rennie got a piece of it, but not enough. Another fastball, fall back, 2-2. Curveball grounded left side. Took a hard, funny hop before it got to Novak, and Rennie's going to reach base, and this game will continue. They'll go on the board as the first error of the evening, charged to the third baseman, Zach Novak. And now Austin Helmers, a couple of groundouts, both to that same third base side. Takes a fastball at the knees, strike 1, 0-1. This one hits softly into left. Coming in on it and making the catch is Tyler Donnell, and that will do it. The Cardinals with a solid ball game start to finish. Great pitching performance from Jared Fearing, going the distance, getting the win, giving up just one run on 3 hits. And the Cardinals being opportunistic, taking advantage of a couple of errors, scoring 7 runs on just 4 hits. They will improve their record to 3-3 on the season. But that will do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Bill Hupp and our producer Neil Highlights Hennon, I'm Joe Young saying good night.